Welcome you all to Global Online. Good evening, everyone. And here we are back with our NTA UGC NET preparation for 2022 batch. And this is the lecture 7th. As you all know that we are live every day at 9 p.m. So how the system goes, that is from Monday to Saturday we are taking live classes, wherein Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday you have live classes on YouTube. Thursday the classes are live for the subscribers on the app exclusively. Fridays and Saturdays there are live classes again, but these live classes are with reference to MCQs which are taken by Zeba ma'am with the topic which we are doing currently. That is this week we are doing ICT. The same topic MCQs will be taken by Zeba ma'am on Friday, Saturday. So this is how we have the module going on, and today's lecture we are going to see email, audio and video conferencing. In detail we will see about protocols and we will see the topic that is ICT and governance. So this is how the agenda for today's lecture is. So before we go ahead, a quick information about the course for paper 1, which consists of 100 plus live lectures, 100 plus video lectures, notes in the PDF format, previous year question papers for practice, wherein you will definitely have a lot amount of practice and understanding of topics with the help of previous year question papers. Mock test will be conducted after the completion of the syllabus. On an average 300 questions are tapped for every unit. So you just imagine such a huge pool of practice you will be getting with the help of MCQs. If you have any concerns, any doubts, you can please get in touch with this given WhatsApp number. The fees for same is 2,000 rupees. Good evening, Ranjit. Good evening, Dani. We also have our app, that is Global Online. For app also you have a coupon code. You can get a coupon code in order to get the concession. At the same time, this slide is showing you how the app looks. When you open the app will show you this amount of courses and various categories. Now the reason to show you app is that on app you have a store, wherein the moment you go on the store you will get ICT quiz which are happening every day. Quiz in the sense the practice questions which I am taking after every lecture. So today is the 7th lecture, so you will see ICT 7th quiz will be uploaded or questions will be uploaded, just to keep in touch that how much you have learned in the lecture and how much you can recall. Okay. App is Global Online. Shreya, app is Global Online. So this is the app which you have to get. No, if you can see on the screen, see the icon for the app. The old one is not in use. We are going with the new one. That's the reason we have crossed over here, and the new one is on this. You can download and you can get the details. If you have still any doubt, the given WhatsApp number is there. No, on this number you can send a screenshot and get it sorted out. They will help you out. Okay, Shreya, fine. So yes, let's go ahead, and I hope everyone remembers that after the class you can please go and check your knowledge with respect to today's class with the help of this free question answers which you can attempt. Yes, we are going with ICT unit. Now almost today everything we are going to complete, that is the number of questions from this unit are 5. Total number of marks allotted are 10. So each question you have 2 marks. We have almost completed every aspect of this particular topic, whether abbreviation, basis of internet, intranet, email, video conferencing we are doing now. Digital initiatives we have done. Today also we are going to do few which were left. ICT and governance topic we are going to cover today along with protocols, because protocols questions are very frequently asked in a different way. So I'm going to focus today more on protocols and ICT part, ICT and governance part. Is it fine? So let's start with the session for the day. Now, as you know, we are updating ourselves with certain current affairs with respect to the unit. So here is one of the topic which we are going to see today, that is Nishtha, which is a national initiative for school heads and teachers, holistic advancement. Now holistic, it means overall, which we talk about. which is actually in 3 phases. So the phase 1 talks about elementary stage, that is under Samagra Shiksha, a flagship program. Now you know what is the meaning of flagship. That is an important program of the ministry, which is basically to improve the learning outcomes. So little bit I have taken this in detail, so just concentrate. If you can possible, Nishta website also you can go, but I don't want you to waste your time. That's the reason I have brought everything in the slide. With the help of this, you can just you can learn it and remember the points. So now any student who have taken who are making running notes, and I told you to keep an exclusive section on current affairs or digital initiatives. So if you can write this under digital initiative is also fine, not an issue. Okay, so I'll start once again. There are 4-5 slides on this program or initiative, so just carefully listen. Good evening to everyone. In case if you have any doubt, you can please post in the chat box. Let me complete this topic and I'll get back to you. In case if I'm missing any messages, do remind me. I'll just let me focus this and then I'll come back to the chat box. Okay, so yes, we are talking about an initiative called as NISHTA, which is a national initiative for school heads and teachers for holistic advancement, that is the overall development with an elementary stage. There are different stages which we are going to see ahead, but right now you remember this started for an elementary stage under Samagra Shiksha, which is one of the important program of ministry to improve the learning outcomes. Now NISHTA is a face-to-face mode which was launched on 21st of August 2019. The same thing I have repeated over here. Here it is, I have just taken up the scope also. The initiative is an integrated teacher training program. So it is also counted as one of the teacher training program and highlighting the important parts. So anyone who is taking notes can make a note of this. Of Department of School Education and Literacy under the Ministry of Human Resource Development as a part of. Now this initiative was a part of national mission to improve learning outcomes. That's what I have written over here at an elementary level. That is at the basic level. And the scheme was unsponsored. It was level under the centrally sponsored scheme of Samagra Shiksha, which was during 1920. Now this particular program or initiative builds up. Now here, in case if you are not able to read it, don't worry. In the next slide I have listed out all the highlights, but still I'll read it once. The program aims to build capacities of around 42 lakh participants, covering all the teachers and head of the schools at elementary level in all government schools, faculty members of State Council of Educational Research and Training, district institutes of educational and training, as well as block resource coordinators and cluster resource coordinators in all the states and united territories. But still you are not clear that what is the highlight, which I have listed in the next slide. So here I have listed all the point format. It is easier for you to remember. So these you can call, these are the highlights of the program. Okay, these are the certain highlights of the program called as NISHTA. So what it talks about: capacity building of 4.2 million teachers, integrated training of principals and heads as the academic support, focus on competency, that is competency is nothing but the ability, you can tell, and higher order thinking skills based teaching learning, training of all heads and teachers at first level counselors, promoting experimental and joyful learning, awareness of centrally sponsored schemes or initiative if any, online monitoring and support system, convergence of multi-department efforts, and activity-based training modules. But if you can see, if you read each initiative or each highlight, if you look at each highlight, it talks about only two things. That is, the conveyors, that is in the form of teachers or the heads, you can say, and the support system with reference to learning. So teaching learning. So basically it is focusing on teaching learning to upgrade it, to make it more competent, to make it more joyful, to make it more promotional, or you can tell it to make it more active, so that whatever is delivered to the students, it is delivered so that students take it in the same manner. So it is to upgrade the teaching learning. Now here this was an highlight. Now, what they are expecting from this initiative, that is the outcomes. So, Nishta is expecting certain things, like for example, what? So, improvement, as I said, improvement in learning outcomes of the student. Just now I told you that why they are putting so much of importance in teaching learning, so that they want whatever is delivered to the students is delivered in such a way that the students are getting something which is more valuable, that is improvmental learning. Creation of enabling and enriching inclusive classroom environment, that is to make classroom environment more of enriching one, like knowledge which has been enriched. Teachers are trained as first level counselors to be alert and responsive to the social, emotional and psychological need of the students. So you can say that to understand students in a holistic way, which, yes, no doubt, definitely it was not fulfilled earlier. There were gaps seen in this, so that gap has to be removed, and for that counseling of the teachers will be done, so that they can understand, or they can respond, or they can be alert in dealing such matters. Then teachers are trained to use art as pedagogy, leading to increased creativity and innovation among students. So somewhere, yes, I meant to say, students at a very tender age, they're grasping their capability, or no doubt there are individual differences in every child, but they are more active. So what we need to do is that we need to just do an oiling part to their brain, okay, rather than rusting it out. We just have to ensure that teacher, with the help of the pedagogy, can bring more of creativity and innovation among the students. Teachers are trained to develop and strengthen personal social qualities of students for their holistic development. So this is also we have learned in teaching aptitude, that is overall development. But what was happening, teaching aptitude said that overall development is important. But how to go for that overall development? So Nishta is one of the initiative to help teachers to bring that overall development in the child. Creation of healthy and safe school environment, integration of ICT in teaching, learning and assessment, developing stress-free school-based assessment focused on development of learning competencies. So it means the basic traditional form which we have, grades and percentages, okay, that should be given less importance, and more importance should be given to the competencies, so that child in spite of not scoring well, but is very competent enough to survive or to sustain in this world or in this country. Teachers adopt activity based learning and move away from rote learning. Now, this is very, very, very important. To competency based learning, teachers and school heads become aware of new initiatives in school education, which both the points are lacking, okay, in our country. That is a fact. So need to bring more of activity based learning, need to understand that there are a lot of initiatives in the school, new initiatives with respect to school education, so that all can be explored. Transformation of heads of schools for providing academic and administrative leadership in schools for fostering new initiatives. So this is the program which will not only work, it's not only focusing, though it looks like it is focusing on teaching more, but that focus is to get the outcome in the form of learning. So it is in a win-win situation for the teachers also, as well as for the students also, and the different stakeholders who are involved in education. So maybe it is it is the schools, it is the parents, it is just everyone who, I mean to say, definitely who are involved directly and indirectly to this platform. So this is what the Nishta program is, or initiative is for. Now there are phases of this particular initiative. So let's understand these phases. Now I have, as I said, I have taken this from the website of Nishta only, but with an intention, so that if it is ready-madely available over here, you don't have to waste your time. But in case if it looks like little blur, you can, it is same available on the website also, you can go through that. So it has 3 phases: Nishta 1, Nishta 2 and Nishta 3. Now the first one, as we learned, it is talking about face-to-face training and online training. The second one is at a secondary level, where different courses, the states the states and organization are targeted, and with the help of ministry. At the same time, languages are also taken, different languages, in order to deliver them. In Nishta 3.0, courses, languages, the states. At the same time, one of the important initiative, that is Nippon Bharat mission. It's nothing but national initiative for proficiency in reading with understanding and numerals. Now, what is the objective of Nippon Bharat? It is basically an initiative to see that every child, okay, gains foundation. Now see, if you can see over here, proficiency in reading with understanding and numbers. So every child gains foundation in numbers as well as literacy, that is understanding, until the child ends with grade 3. So that is an age limit where Nippon Bharat says that the child should be excellent or should be very proficient in this particular two things till the end of grade 3. And that is again, taken care by Nishta. So this is how this much information is enough for you to keep this initiative in mind. All the details I have listed. I have listed when it was formed, what is an objective, what is the outcome, what are the highlights, and what are the phases. So remember this very well. It can be, something which has recently happened, so it can be a part of your questions. Is it clear? So now let's start with our normal lecture. I hope I can go ahead. Everything is fine. So let's start with the first part, that is email, audio and video conferencing. So now in email, obviously you get the questions of parts. Okay, so basically 3 parts, that is username, the @ symbol, and domain name. So username, this is usually the name of a person to whom the mail is sent, okay, which starts with an initial part. Symbol, the @ symbol, which separates the username and the domain name. Okay, now here the symbol @ was invented by Ray Tomlinson, that is in 1971. Just keep in mind in case if it comes. Domain name, this refers to the mail server, the place where your email is stored. So we also have the questions on different domains also. Now that was very common, but still we know that .com, like generic domains, commercial, .org, that is for non-profit organization, .net, that is network support group, .gov, government institutions, .edu, educational institutions. In one of the previous year questions, .mil, that is military. So there are questions seen on mails and domains, so you should be aware of this very well. Okay, now coming to next is video conferencing and audio conferencing. So let's now video conferencing, actually in video conferencing they give you the questions are coming, but in a different, when we will deal with the question answers part, that time also I will help you out with the questions for video conferencing and audio conferencing. In different manner they comes out, like for example with the multimedia comprises of what September 2020 question was, with which files, with the name of the files. So you should be able to file format and extensions. That is very common with this topic. So let's have a look at this. So when we talk about audio conferencing, basically where the connectivity is cost effective, few resources are needed, it is simple setup and simple arrangement. When we talk about video conferencing, which shares visuals, body language and non-verbal cues are there, more social, engaging. But when we combine them both, okay, it works very well with online platform, saves times, it is reliable, it is secure. So now if you talk about questions, as I was talking about, so questions are not directly based on this. Many almost whatever questions I have seen under this with the help of previous year question papers, it was only on the extensions. Majority of the questions were on extensions, and one question was with based in concern with audio and video compression, that is RGT means what. It was talking about the color. So if this was one question which I have taken in my previous year lecture, previous question years practice questions also. So that talks about red, green, blue. So that we are going to do. So this particular part more we will focus in detail when we are doing MCQs also. Okay, fine. So yes, now yes, here again audio and video conferencing, there was one question on virtual learning environment. Okay, so this is also one of the previous year question. So let's understand this virtual learning environment, what exactly it is. So virtual learning environment is in educational technology is a web-based platform for digital aspects of courses of study, usually within the educational institutions. They present resources, activities and interaction within a course structure and provide provide different stages of assessment, like for example which talks about the faculty dashboard, which talks about the student dashboard, which talks about a tutor dashboard, which talks about the materials, that is in the form of your assignments, your worksheets, your lesson, maybe your like for example your notes. So it talks about basically within which assessment is also included. So this particular learning environment is in the form of distance learning degree programs, professional certification courses, which is very common nowadays, instructional videos, video or audio lectures, books, articles and other writings are in the form of webinars. Okay, and as I said, yes, there was a question on virtual learning environment in one of your previous year question. That's the reason I have brought it as in a separate form of a slide. So you should remember that we have done this virtual learning environment. Purposely I didn't give the question so that when we practice MCQs you should be able to recall it. Is it fine? Okay, so audio visual email part we have done this very well. Now let's move towards an important topic, that is protocols. So now another 10-15 minutes more than that in case if you have not understanding. So just concentrate very well, because I was just going through all the previous year questions, and protocol questions you are seen, they are very common in different way. So normally I have seen students ending up with learning without understanding. So let's in detail, let me try my level best to make it proper so that you can be able to answer them very well. So first of all, what do you mean by protocols? So protocol is nothing but, you can tell them or you can call them as set of rules. Okay, they are the rules and you are supposed to follow these rules in order to get your data transferred from one place to another. So there are different protocols. So I've listed all the protocols. Let's learn them and understand them very well. In case if you are having any doubt, just put it. Let me take it very well. Okay, so let's start now. As I said, protocol is nothing but a set of rules. So remember, these set of rules are to be observed or to be followed when you're transferring the data. So the very first, okay, I've listed all of them over here. We do not have 9th and 10th is not seen, nowhere it is seen. So I do not want to burdenize you right now for this. This first to 8 protocols, okay, when we talk about the transmission control protocol, internet protocol, user datagram protocol, post office protocol, simple mail transfer protocol, file transfer, hypertext transfer and hypertext transfer protocol secure. So let's I have really worked on it, so make it easier and to make you remember with the example. So let's see how you can take it and whether it is easy enough for you to understand and answer this question. So let's start with the first one, that is transmission, which we are with this is see. Remember one thing very well. Transmission control protocol, that is called as TCP, or internet protocol, that is called as IP. So these are the protocols which are used for the rest of the protocols. It means that without these two protocols, they are called as the basic protocols, or you can say that they are used for connection and transferring of data. So without these protocols, none of the protocol will work out. None. Now it is basic. So right, again and again I'm repeating because you may get a very simple question, which are the main protocols in order to which are a necessity or a must. So that is the transmission control protocol and it is internet protocol. So these two are very important. How they are used or what exactly they do, how they work, let's understand properly. So we have first, that is transmission protocol and control protocol and internet protocol. So transmission control protocol and internet protocol are also called as the backbone of internet. Every system consists copy of both of them, that is transmission control protocol and internet protocol. As I said, without them none of the protocol will work, or they are the one which is used for connection and transferring of data. So exactly how do they work? So like for example, I've written over here, but small example I'll show you practically. So let's understand this is the system, okay, and this is the network, okay. This is the system and this is the particular network. Now you want to transfer one data from a particular data from your system to a network. Now it is seen that with this network there are again different networks, okay, it's connected to the same. So there are many networks over here. So now what happens now when you want to transfer the data? First of all, what will be used is your TCP, that is your transmission control protocol, which will break the data. Now, like for example, first of all, it will establish the connection. It will find the connection. Once the connection is connected, the data is broken down into the small packets, okay, small packets. Now these packets will definitely, that is the breaking the data into packets, assembling of packets, reassembling them in order, detect error if any or lost data, and then ensure that they are meeting at this, or they want to reach, this is the destination where they want to reach, this is the network they want to reach. Now as I said, there are many networks over here. So exactly how to identify that they have to transfer the data to network 1 only? So in that, IP plays an important role. That is, Internet Protocol is the one who handles the address of part of each packet, okay, to reach at a right destination. So here if you see, TCP and IP has to work togetherly. What is the work of TCP? That whatever data they want to send, whatever data a system wants to send, the TCP has to first establish the connection, and the data has to be broken down into small packets. This here TCP works get over. Now how to identify that data will reach to that specific network? Now the work of the IP starts, that is Internet Protocol, who will identify the right address and will get connected to the right network with the help of address and will transfer the data to the right destination. That is the work of IP. So if you see, that's the reason I said that both of them are backbone, and every system will definitely contain both of them, because one's work is to transfer the data, another's work is to ensure that the data is transferred with the destination, a right destination, with the help of address. Is it clear? Okay, now this was the easiest way. If you want theoretically also, I have written over here, but this can little bit confuse you, so I took that thing first. So TCP, that is Transmission Control Protocol, is a popular communication protocol which is used for communicating over a network. It divides the messages in a series of packets. Now please read between the lines. Yesterday also, if you remember, when we were doing static RAM and dynamic RAM, how one simple sentence can form a question. Anyone who has attempted yesterday's question after the lecture, I had given one question in refreshment of data. Refreshment is required in what? So that there was a question, static RAM, dynamic RAM. So it is dynamic, which we have seen in the lecture. Okay. So it is Transmission Control Protocol divides the data into series of packet, and then they send the data to the destination. Okay, assembling, reassembling it, everything is properly done, and the data is transferred. Yes, I'll explain you again IP. Now I hope everyone understood what is Transmission Control Protocol. So Transmission Control Protocol work is what? Make sure that the data is divided into small packets, arrange it, reassemble it, and to send it to the network. But sending part is not done by transmission. For sending, we have to depend on Internet Protocol, that is called as IP. Okay, so Internet Protocol is the one who is responsible. Now see, the IP addresses in the packet helps in routing them. It means that there are addresses in this packet, and IP understands the addresses or helps them to recognize the addresses and make sure that that data reaches the destination system, because it is not compulsory that every time you have only one destination system. There can be many destination system, but how to recognize where to exactly go, that is the work of IP. So IP is the one, Internet Protocol is the one who will take the data to the right destination. So see, normally we use like that, TCP and IP is the most popular protocol connecting the networks. So here actually it should be like that. It should be establishing the network and connecting the network. So establishment work is of transmission protocol, and connecting the work is of internet protocol. Now is it clear, Shreya? I hope it is clear now. Very basic. Without this you can't go for any protocol. You have to remember that very well. Is it clear now? Okay. Now let's go a little bit ahead. Now let's go for the next one, that is UDP. Now when we called it UDP is nothing but user datagram protocol. Okay. Now if you read out, okay, just read this very well. I'll explain you also properly. Just a minute. Let me keep this message as yes. So UDP is a substitute communication protocol to the transmission control protocol. Now see here, implementing primarily for creating loss tolerating and low latency linking between applications. So here, now this little words are difficult. So anyone who is taking writing notes, you write like that. User datagram protocol actually is the one which is unreliable, okay, which is unreliable, or you can use the word which is connectionless. Now what does it mean, which is unreliable or which is connectionless? It means that this particular protocol will ensure that, like for example, I will just clear the ink. I hope you have written that word so that I can diagrammatically show you. So these are the two devices, okay, and if this two devices has a very short distance, okay, very short distance, like for example less than a meter, short distance. Now it is not compulsory only 1 meter, less than 10, wherein they are easily in the network. So if they are at a very short distance, then with the help of user datagram protocol, the information can be transferred. So you don't have to obviously we have transmission protocol or IP address also, but it is in such a short distance that without without they functioning, it is not functioning. It means in case if it may not require, we don't have to rely on them completely. We can easily transfer the data from one to another device. Is it clear? So that is the use of user datagram protocol, because here lot of technical words are written. So you can use, and because the same I have seen in some books also, but when I was referring some proper technical sites, so there they have written it is unreliable and connectionless. Now why unreliable? Because they do not have to rely on TCP and IP. Okay, without that also it can be, because this distance is short. So remember, unreliable and connectionless. Why? The distance is short and they can easily get, the information can easily get transferred. Is it clear? Fine. Now moving ahead. Now post office protocol. Okay, now post office protocol, yes, just a second. Yes, now when I'm saying post office protocol, here also I will first explain you with a generic example, because here they have given POP3 is designed for receiving incoming mails, but you do not understand what exactly it is. Okay, now post office protocol, that is the fourth protocol, and your one more protocol. Okay, I have not listed that. Okay, fine, I'll help you for that. Okay, now post office protocol is basically what? See, now again, like for example, I'll give you first, as I said, I'll give you one general example. So let us understand, these are two people, Mr. A and this is Mr. B. Okay, now Mr. A has given certain important documents, or have posted some important documents for Mr. B. So normally what happens, the documents are received by the post office. It does not directly reaches to Mr. B. It is first received in the post office, okay, and then it goes to what? It goes to Mr. B. Now if you see ideally, when it reaches to Mr. B indicates that it has reached. There is no evidence with post office also and with Mr. A also. Maybe it is like original documents or something like that. So there is no connection of post office. The work of post office is only to ensure that the documents are reached properly with Mr. B, which was given by Mr. A. So this much you know very well. Okay, so this is actually called as what? This is something which is called as post office protocol. Now how it works in computer? So like for example, Mr. A wants to send, Mr. A's system wants to send message to Mr. B system. So Mr. A will send the message which will not go directly to Mr. B. It will go to the server first, okay, and by server, that is with the help of POP, it will go to Mr. B. Now this is how it works, post office protocol works. But now there was one disadvantage in this protocol, okay. One disadvantage, no, it was not secure. What happened was, here there was no backup. Once it reaches to Mr. B is the only one who has to keep everything. There is no backup with Mr. A also and with the server also. So this was, this was the drawback, and in order to overcome this drawback, I just forgot to add that protocol, that is IMAP protocol came into existence. Now what was the role of IMP? That is Internet Message Access Protocol. Okay, this protocol was one who kept the backup. So which was earlier not possible by post office protocol, but IMP was an improvised version of POP. So you can even say that POP's improvised version is IMAP. So it kept the data with it as in backup. So that's how it is different. Is it clear with everyone? Okay, fine. I hope it is very clear, POP and IPM. It's clear with everyone. Now we know that simple mail transfer protocol, that is, here you have in for full form of this, SMTP, is designed to send and distribute outgoing mails. So no doubt these mails are outgoing, but for SMTP we require POP. Earlier it was POP, now it is IMP. So obviously when you want to send the simple, see the word itself, simple mail, so obviously it is doing the simple work, that is sending and distributing the mails. But for that, what is required? That is your POP is required and IMAP is required, Internet Message Access Protocol. That is the full form. That's I forgot. I think I missed that particular protocol. In the notes I didn't add it. Before I send you the notes, I'll add that part. Okay, fine. So is it clear with everyone? So for SMTP you require POP. Earlier it was POP. Now it is improvised version is IMAP. Fine everyone. Okay. So let's go ahead now. We still have some to do. Now next one is file transfer protocol. Now what exactly you mean by this word file transfer protocol? I hope it is understanding, it is easier for you little bit going. So it is basically transfer of files from one machine or a system to another. So type of files may include your program files, your multimedia files, your text files. This is bit easier. That is from the server to client, you can say, or from one system to another, or from one machine to another. That is called as FTP. Again, this was in the form of this one only, your full form only was given. So but now I'm expecting maybe with the help of full forms, maybe like take an example, if any other question comes, you should be able to crack that also, little bit detail you have. Now let's see HTTP and HTTPS. Now what is the difference between both of them? Here we have that secure topic. So when we talk about hypertext transfer protocol, or when we talk about hypertext transfer protocol secure, so I have, if you can little bit enlarge your screen and you can see downstairs, I have written two examples, okay, wherein I have written HTTPS, okay, and when I just write HTTP, so it shows that this particular website, okay, is not secure, okay. Like for example, you get a message that it is not secure. When you get HTTPS, you get the message that it is secure. Even with that, you get a symbol, the lock symbol. The lock symbol shows that it is secure. So like for example, YouTube, I mean to say, I've just pasted here one YouTube link. Like if you want to see certain websites, if you type also and see on Google, there are certain websites which are not secure, okay. So when they are not secure, the server will acknowledge the request initiated by the client and respond accordingly. So first the request is acknowledged and it tells you that it is not secure. Accordingly, you have to, you can decide whether to proceed or not. But when it is secure, it gives you, the authentication that it is secure and it is safe. So it is said that the hyper secure one, Okay, hackers from interpretation or modification of data throughout the transfer. Here it is encrypted format, you can say. So it is much more secure. So that is only, again in this, no detailed questions are given, but again full forms are given. But in case now if they are also going one step ahead, we should be able to know the differences between protocols. Is it clear? I hope I mean to say I've been little bit succeeded to explain you the protocols properly. Now not only the full forms but bit of functioning also you will be able to understand when you see the questions on protocols. Is it clear? Okay. Now let us go a little bit ahead. So let us talk for the topic of e-governance. Fine. So under e-governance, obviously, which is defined as the application of information and communication technology, that is ICT, for providing government services, exchange of information, transactions, integration, previously existing service and with the help of information portals. So the role of E stands for what? Electronic. So that there are different connotations of e-governance. Now you know this word, you have learned this word connotations in communication. Connotations is nothing but the dictionary meaning. Okay, denotations and connotations we have learned. So what exactly e-administration, e-services, e-governance, you know, there are different connotations of e-governance. So when we talk about e-administration, it talks about what? Use of ICT to modernize the state, maybe the data repositories, computerization of records, which is, you know, which is going at a definitely at a higher speed. We can see now everywhere, you know, the online system works more. Like obviously this particular budget also has, you know, incorporated maybe the use of chips in order to get our passport. So we don't have to carry our physical passport. A chip is enough, you know, to identify our citizenship. So this is nothing but it is a progress towards e-administration. When we talk about e-services, it is, you know, online services which we talk about in order to make things easier. E-governance, it is nothing but, you know, use of IT to improve the ability of government to address the needs of society. That is, you know, with respect to the rules, regulations, streamlining the things. Now, yes. So what exactly e-governance basically rely on, or it includes? It includes the policy, as I said, e-governance policy or on program related information to transact with the citizens or to deal with the citizens. It includes the development, it includes the planning. So this is, see, I'm not telling you anything from here because this is not important. I'm just giving you a meaning. Nothing to write over here. Don't waste time. When it will come, I'll tell you. I'm just giving you a idea about the topic. Okay, nothing to take down. Just listen. That is enough. E-democracy, where we talk about use of IT to facilitate the ability of all the sections of society to participate in the governance of state. Okay, coming up with transparency, accountability, participation of people, disclosure of policies, online grievances redressal. Grievances redressal, it means any complaints which are to be addressed and which are to be sorted out. That's all, you know, we talk about things. Now, basically the origin of e-governance started in year 1970s itself, okay, with reference to defense, economy, monitoring, planning, deployment of ICT. With all its functions, it started slowly and gradually. It started in 1970s. Yes. Now here little bit of information is important from here. Okay, so if you're taking anything, you can take down from here. So exactly how initially steps were taken with respect to e-governance. Okay, let's understand that first. So the establishment of the Department of Electronics in 1970s, as I said, was one of the first major step. Okay, yes, Shreya, I will do just because it is completely different topic, no? It is not related to, give me last 5 minutes, I'll explain that to you today. Don't worry. Okay. Yes, I'll do it. Don't worry. So when we talk about e-governance, actually it started with Department of Electronics in 1970s only. That was the first step towards, you know, the communication and information and communication technology. Later on, National Informatics Center, which was established in 1977, launched District Information System program to computerize all district offices in country. So after 1970s, ideally, you can say that the movement started on. the main importance of e-governance was provided. I mean to say, the main focus came in the year 1987 when NICNET was established. Now, what is that? That is a satellite-based national-wide computer communication network, which was, the main major role, or you can say the major step in ICT as well as in e-governance. Now, what was the objective? To provide better services. No need to take anything from here. To provide transparency, to provide information to the people, to improve efficiency, to bring interface between business and industry. So this was the main intention, so that with e-governance things were becoming more efficient and effective. Means importance of time also, and especially I mean to say, errors were reduced, so that made it more accepted it in an easier form. Now, yes, so pillars of e-governance, that is people, process, technology and sources, and types of interaction. Now, yes, here you can get the questions, because we have seen questions on this. So when we talk about G2G, that is government to government, interaction happens in the form of electronic way with the help of one government to another, either with the government to citizen, government to business, and government to employees. Okay, so it can take the interaction can take in any form. So you have to just remember, but the questions are easier, so you don't have to idly by heart all these things. Now, let us see the e-governance initiative in with the help of ICT in education. Now, this is a list. Okay, now here little bit you have to understand and take a note of it. So various initiatives under digital initiative, various initiatives which were listed under digital initiatives of India. Now, yes, based on this My Government, there was one question in previous year question paper where I have not brought the question, but what were the options given? You were told to recognize, the system, that is whether it was My Government, whether it was Beam, whether it was Unified Mobile Application or Phone Pay. So I'm going to discuss all this with you. First, let me do this particular part. So what were the various initiatives? My Government. So basically, it aims a link between government and citizens towards meeting the goal of good governance. Now, how it is, or what exactly it does? As I said, it is a citizen engagement platform launched by Government of India on 26th of July 2014. There was a question on this, so you just understand this is important. Okay. Now, what was an objective? The objective was to promote the active participation of citizens of India in their country's governance and development. It means to get updated what is happening, to know what is happening. It aimed at creating a common platform for Indian citizens to crowdsource governance ideas from citizens. It means to speak. See, now do not get into certain things like no one listens, this, that is a different thing. Let's understand the initiative is taken by the government to make sure that the common people are heard with the help of My Government. Okay. Then DigiLocker, it serves a platform to enable citizens to securely store and share their documents, which, if you remember, we have done yesterday, with service providers who can directly access them electronically. Now, National Scholarship Portal, that is, read the full form also properly. It provides a centralized platform for application and disbursement of scholarship to the students under scholarship schemes. So this is, now here no details are given. It is just said that the digital initiative is also taken to provide scholarships to students. So now they can do it as per what exactly has been asked. Okay, what documents to be uploaded, what information is needed, that information to be provided, and then how to keep a follow-up. Then Beam is one of the mobile application, Indian mobile application app, which is developed by National Payment Corporation of India, which is based on Unified Payment Interface, that is named after Dr. Ambedkar, launched on 30th December 2016 to facilitate e-payment directly through banks and encourage the cashless transaction. So this was, basically with respect to what? With respect to Deepa, what exactly you mean? I mean to say, what type of question you have put? Fishing, what that day we studied, but what you Mean to say, I didn't get what exactly you're trying to talk about. We studied that this is one of the threat, but what you wrote now, I'm not able to. It is a threat to attack and steal the data. But you are writing protection. So I'm just confused. Set net motivation. Areva, great news. Thank you for at least coming and updating on this. So all the best for your future professional career. Do well and be in touch with us. Okay, fine. So unified mobile application, which we talk about new age governance. It's a mobile app again. A Digital India initiative under Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology by Government of India. Now this app supports the languages, Indian languages, with the help of, it's also available for Android, iOS and Windows. So this is basically in an app which is for the new age governance. Now between rules and regulations. And PhonePe is a digital payments and financial services company headquartered in Bangalore, that is India. PhonePe was founded on December 2015. Now I'm purposely not saying you the question so that when you do the question answers, you remember that we have done such type of question and it will help you to recall. Is it clear? Fine. So yes, now this next important thing is that with the help of National E-Governance Plan, that is 2.0, E-Kranti. Now see this also word under E-Kranti, E-Education, that is E-Education facilities are given in the form of Pradhan Mantri Gramin Digital Saksharta Abhiyan, that is a scheme, and Swayam. Now we already know about Swayam. So like for example, as I said, under e-governance or under ICT, already whatever points we have studied under higher education, under teaching aptitude will be repeated, but you should be able to crack them very well. So I told you to make a column for what okay, Nanda, it is you. Okay, you have a different name, so I couldn't recognize you. Now I recognize. Congratulations, heartiest congratulations to you once again. Okay. So yes, so when we are talking about E-Kranti, it is one of an essential pillar of digital initiative, which was approved in the year 2015 with a vision of transforming e-governance for transforming governance. Okay, that is rules regulation. So there are 44 mission mode projects under E-Kranti, which are at various stages of implementation, which will happen slowly and gradually. So right now they have just focused on e-education in the form of what? Now see, e-education where all the schools will be connected to the broadband. Now please remember what is this very well. Free Wi-Fi will be provided in all secondary and higher secondary schools, covering around 250,000 schools. Again, under that also the main program is Pradhan Mantri Gramin Digital Saksharta Abhiyan. It means to make 6 crore people in rural India digitally literate. So digital literate program, it is one of the digital literate program. And Swayam, we are all aware about the education platform with the help of massive open online courses. So this is how it is going to work out for under e-governance, or you can either put it under digital initiative. So we are going to, say digital initiative, as I said, because I have taken digital initiatives in installments. So I will be taking one full-fledged lecture on, as I said, there are 32 digital initiatives. So let me just prepare. I'm preparing some notes for that so that I can, use in the lecture. And once that notes are prepared, I'll take an exclusive lecture on digital initiatives. Now, listen carefully, everyone. See, yes. Next is I have a motivational quote for you that I'll show you later. Now, tomorrow, almost everything I have completed. There are certain things which are left out in ICT, small things, not major anything I have left out. So now when we talk about ICT only, almost all units are done. Okay, so now as I promised you all that we will be starting MCQs very soon. So it doesn't mean that any important lecture on any important topic, which I feel, yes, this is important and the student should be aware of it. So it can be from any unit. It can be from any of the units which I have done with you. Like for example, I told one of the digital initiatives which I want to take, a communication model, maybe, quick revision I can give you so that I can use certain tricks. Yesterday Neelam said that use certain tricks. I'm just sorting it out. So once that is done, slowly, I will bring those lectures also in the form of live lectures or recorded lectures on the channel, which will help you to remember the things very well. Okay. Yes, Nanda, a very best luck from all of us on the behalf of Global Online for your new innings. And yes, for others, because some of them maybe little bit definitely something must have happened to you. So for that, don't worry, this is for you people. I think it's brave. And the last paragraph, when I come, I'm not opening up the climax, but just listen to it. It's very beautiful. I think it's brave that you have got up in the morning, even if your soul is weary and your bones ache for a rest, but you have started your day. I think it's brave that you keep on living even if you don't know how to do it anymore. I think it's brave that you push away the waves rolling in every day when you decide to fight. That is, you decide never to give up. And yes, lastly, the most loving paragraph for me, I know there are days when you feel like giving up, but I think it's brave that you never do. It means you have decided not to quit. So for us, the journey is still going on, and yes, this all makes you, this shows that you are a fighter, you have a passion within you. You just have to be little bit patient, love yourself. That is very, very, very important. As I said, create a positivity circle around you, but it doesn't mean that you can just keep on saying positive and you do not do any efforts. Okay, we have studied a small story. The child slips with a book under his pillow and feels that everything is going to go in his head. There is no such magics, there are no shortcut. So we are not going to give up, that is true, but with that we are doing a justice with our time. So please remember one thing. As I said, I am reading one of the book, so there are best quotes. I don't get time to discuss with you, but yes, there was one sentence yesterday in the book. Whenever you spend your time, on whoever you spend your time, just make sure that you are spending or utilizing your time in the best possible manner. So you have to now take a decision. As I said, I told, because I have all the set of students. Personally, I don't know anyone, but there may be lot of distractions in your way. Someone will be newly married, some may be having baby. So I don't say that get away from your family. Plus please do not misunderstand. But yes, for one point of time we have to become selfish and we have to do something, and for that we have to become brave. And that's all. This is for you. So I hope you people take it very seriously. Because even I am investing my time. So I'm investing my time. It's only with an hope that I feel that out of 25, there is at least one on whom this will hit, and it will hit rightly. And that's the motivation which I keep, bringing every lecture, so that definitely this can change someone's life. Fine. Yes, Shreya, don't worry. I have not forgotten your doubt. I'll be coming to that connotation and denotation. Ma'am, not send this notes on WhatsApp. My dear Yamuna, I have been saying that notes comes only at the last day of my lecture. Last date means tomorrow. If I finish this unit, I will send, because I keep on updating the notes every day, no? So it will come tomorrow. Is it clear? Don't worry. The notes are for you. It is for you only. So don't worry. You will get this. And yes, before everyone else leave, this one, Shreya, don't go. Your doubt I have to clear. Okay, there should be complete involvement. Yes, but we cannot forget a aspect that we are a social animal. So we have family, but now you need to decide. You need to keep a balance between them. Okay. Yes, I will come to your doubts, Hasna. Just a minute. Let me read this out. So paper 2, Management, Commerce and Economics notes, with 100 plus video lectures, notes also in the form of PDF, 5 years previous year question papers with key, mock test is there, fees is 5,000. With this, paper 1 will be free if you're taking paper 2 exclusively. Contact details are given, and all those who have details with respect to notes of any subject, you can please get in touch with them. They will help you with all the aspects which I may sometimes miss. Fine. Yes, apart from this, we also have Gujarat set, West Bengal set, KSET, APSET, though the exams are, going to take time, but we have it just in case if any one of you needs it in the form of full syllabus, mock tests, PDF solutions, answers, notes, as well as MCQs. Okay. Now, yes, coming to everyone's doubt, now I'll just keep this one. So some positive circulation can come. Hasna, ma'am, please suggest textbook for paper 1. Hasna, I don't know whether in case I mean to say you are our subscriber or not. If not, notes are enough. But yes, if not, then for paper 1, if you have an existing book with you, then I will definitely not suggest you to, Aparna, I'll come to your doubt. Just a minute. If you have already any book, I will not suggest you to buy any book. You read that same book. Updated topics, you can Google it out and you can read out and make your own home notes. Because I have seen many books till date. I have purchased a lot of books, e-books, hard copy. All are, no doubt, some respect to some authors, but somewhere the content is available on it. Same thing is taken. So better you can do is that you can read your existing book, and some topics which are missing, you can find it from the internet and make your own notes in your own book. Fine. Hasna, your doubt is clear. Aparna, what about rest of them? Rest of them are already given in the, if you can check the description, it is given in the description. The link is given in the description. And as I said, this theory was to just gear up everyone. So don't worry, as we start MCQ, at that time also I'm going to take, my MCQs methods are completely different. So you can slowly and gradually, when I start MCQs, I'll start with the rest of things. And the remaining 3 units, that is data interpretation, logical and mathematical, will be started by Zeba ma'am very soon. So you can attend that also. Okay, Ranjit, though I am on the way back home from Calcutta, eager to attend your live classes. Oh, I'm so, it's our pleasure. I'm blessed to have such a comment. I mean to say, this is what is called as, dedication. But I'm really thank you for such a respectable words, and happy journey to you for your rest of your journey. So now you can relax and you can study if you want, or you can just enjoy your journey. Never to miss best moments of life. Okay, don't think anything, just enjoy your train journey or the way you're doing your journey. So these are the special moments of our life, and this gives us little bit refreshment. Fine. Yes, coming to your doubt, Shreya, I'm extremely sorry keeping you waiting. So we had 2 doubts like connotation and denotation. Now see, actually in communication we have used this word. When we talk about connotation, it is basically the dictionary meaning. It means that if I use the word red, okay, so if I go and find out the meaning of red in the dictionary, it will show me that it is color. Okay. But if I use it in the form of denotations, it is like, it talks about what? It talks about the perspective towards the word, like danger or love. I mean to say, dictionary word as well as the cultural or personal meaning. So like if I want to think about red, so I may think love, I may see anger, I may see, danger. So that is the difference between connotation and denotation. Is it clear with you now? One is the dictionary meaning and one is the cultural or perspective meaning. Fine. Yes. So thank you everyone. Okay, Ranjit. Hope you attend more and more live lectures of ours, and definitely if you're appearing for the upcoming cycle, bless you with all the best wishes and good luck, so that you can prepare yourself and give the exams and crack it out. Okay. So yes, thank you everyone. See you tomorrow at 9 p.m. with the last phase of our ICT topic. Okay, thank you, and do not forget to go on app and attend today's question. That is also important. Just you will know that what amount of learning you have done and what amount of things you can remember. Thank you everyone. Good night. See you tomorrow.